to your 5-minute flow. Today, I call this one Holy Hips. And we're gonna start standing up, and you may wanna have a couple blocks handy. So you'll come along the wide edge of your mat, walking your feet out to that wide stance. Arms will come out to a T, and then just hinge at your hips. Start to drop your hands down. Maybe an option to wiggle it out side to side as we're first just settling in here. And then find an easy wide forward fold. Think of pushing your hips up into the air. And even if your legs aren't completely straight, see how close you can get your hands down to the floor. Again, you can use those blocks to your advantage. Finding a place where your elbows can bend, head and neck can soften. Good, take another breath here. Walk those hands out to a halfway lift, a flat back. Bring your hands to your hips and slowly come up to stand. From here, toes will turn out a little bit towards the corners of the room. You can bring your hands together if that feels good. And we're gonna shift to one side, finding Skandasana. So as you bend one knee, opposite toes will start to pop up. That leg is straight. So we're just sitting the hips back, starting to find a little sensation through this extended leg. And starting to grip down through the feet to find that balance. Option to use your blocks here for a little extra support. Just keep your chest lifted. We have a tendency here to kind of fall forward, so just see if you can stay a little more upright. And I like to walk my hands under my hips, kind of find a little extra support to sink in just a little deeper. Take a breath or two on this side. And then we'll explore traveling over to the other side, bending the opposite knee. Let those toes pop up. As you push your hips back, make a little space to sink in. Maybe bring your hands down for support, or all the way under the hips to sit in a little bit more. Take a breath or two on this side. And then we'll walk it back to center, slowly coming back up. Now heel toe your feet back in, not quite as wide, but still definitely outside the hips. We're gonna come to Malasana. Set those out of the way just so you can see. We'll turn the toes open here, hands back to heart center. Bend your knees, sink your hips down into our yogi squat. So goal here is those heavy hips, nice tall spine. As your hands press together, elbows help to open up those knees. Always, always, always an option in your Malasana to have a seat on a block. A little less work, but still getting that opening through the hips. Slow, steady breath right here. If you've got that block, we're gonna take it out and then just sit the hips right down onto the floor. From here, legs are now in this V shape, hands can come behind your hips. Take a couple windshield wipers in each direction. So just let those knees fall to one side and then to the other. Do that a couple times. Good, then you're gonna start to turn to one direction, starting to find 90-90 legs. So take that front shin parallel to the mat and back thigh parallel to your front shin, looking for 90 degrees in both knees. So your back toes are pointing out, your front toes are facing forward. From here, take a moment to reset yourself, sitting up nice and tall and squaring your chest over that front leg. On these 90-90 legs, bring your hands together, like to just cross one over the other. Roll your shoulders down and back and see if you can stay in this upright position with your torso. We're gonna lift that back foot up and sweep it forward. Take a little tap down ahead of you or even over to that opposite side. And then sweep it back. See if you can reset to those 90-90 legs. Stay facing forward. Let's do it again. Tap it forward, sweep back, building a little bit of hip strength and control here. Tap and back. After that third one, you can turn a little bit towards that back leg as we lift the back knee and lower. Lift and lower. This might be a sensation you're not used to, but just kind of explore. Take it up and down. After that third one, we're gonna take it all the way through center and start to make that shift. Resetting as needed to find those 90-90 legs. Sit up tall, face forward. When you're ready, you can lean over onto that outside hip a little bit. Sweep your foot around, tap forward, and then reset. We're doing that for 3, so we've got 2. Last one. Take it back, and then you can turn a little bit towards that back leg, lifting just the back knee up and down. up and down. Explore that stopping point in your inner thigh. Maybe pause at the top if that feels good. And then take it back down. Let's flip it back through to the other side, setting up for deer pose. So front foot can now come to your back thigh as you find these zigzag legs, maybe less than 90 degrees in those knees. Walk it around to square over that front leg, and then walk it down, belly melting toward your thigh, head can come down to rest. If you like half pigeon better, just take that knee out to the edge of the mat, slide your back leg back, take a moment to readjust, resting onto the meaty part of that knee, top of your foot to the mat, and then release forward. We've got 5 deep breaths wherever you land. Letting that weight settle into your hips, giving into sensation, maybe even giving into a little discomfort. And then when you're ready, drop onto that outside hip. We're gonna flip it over to the other side. Same options, either finding that deer pose, maybe connecting the legs together as you melt over your front leg. Or you can take that front knee out a little bit wider, slide your back leg back, and reset into your half pigeon. Looking for that deeper release as we pause and breathe here. Good. Take another breath, relaxing in, and then drop it. Come back through center. We'll end in Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose, bringing the soles of the feet together. Allow your knees to open wide. You can decide if you want to bring your hands onto your feet or walk your hands forward wherever you're at. We'll take a breath in to sit up tall, roll the shoulders down and back, and then exhale. So you can keep that long spine as you hinge forward here. 3 slow breaths. And if you have a little extra time and you're taking this slow, feel free to hold these shapes for longer, get a deeper release, a deeper stretch. Last breath here, and then slowly roll back up. Find your comfortable seat. Thanks for joining me. Let me know if you have any questions.